Hey, good morning to you. Brett Martin here with Mom and Pop Business Funding. I want to say this to you really quickly. Our loans, our advances are not built for every company. So if you're out there trying to figure out how to get a business owner a low cost loan in regards to interest rate or factor rate or the cost of money, whatever you want to call the term of the loan, the length, the amortization, the interest rate, the APR, the factor rate, whatever you want to call it. These loans are not built, these advances are not built for every company. They're built for companies that are in trouble. They're built for companies that need money immediately. They're built for companies that can't wait for the bank to get off their ass and make a decision. They're built for companies that don't have tax returns. These loans and advances are built for companies that have poor credit scores, that haven't been in business for very long. But what you should say to the business owner is, listen, if you can get a loan or advance, somewhere else, you should. Go get it somewhere else. And if you can't get it somewhere else, then you come to us. Now, if you explain it that way to them, the old saying, the old adage, the truth will set you free, I will guarantee you that what they'll say in return is this: okay, thanks, I'll go do that. Good, that means you didn't want them in the first place, because they're going to say no to your loan or your advance when we send them the contract. Or at that crossroad, they're going to say to you, I don't want to wait for the bank, or I tried the bank or a credit union and it didn't work. I didn't have my tax returns, or I filed for an extension on my taxes until October. I didn't make the April 15th deadline, these types of things, or I've got bad credit, or, I'm in a partnership situation and they refuse to side with one partner over the other, so they just won't lend to us. So it's when a business owner finds themselves in a conundrum where they can't get this money elsewhere from a bank or a credit union that we come in. That's it. If you're out there trying to sell low interest rates, free loans, I can tell you that this is not the platform for you. It's not. And really, honestly, you should be in a situation where you're saying to yourself, my God, that's liberating to know, to be able to say to the business owner, Mike, or Patty, or Belinda, or Bruce, these loans, these advances that we do, they're not for everybody. They're not for every business owner. They're only for business owners that can't get money elsewhere for whatever reason. Whether that's because they want it immediately and they can't wait for the bank, or whether that's, like I've mentioned numerous times this morning in this video, if they've got bad credit, or haven't filed their tax returns, or, have tax liens, this type of thing, or they don't want to use the money for their business. Maybe they want to use it for personal uses. Most banks and credit unions have to know what they're using the money for, and oftentimes they lock the loan up and they release the loan to the business owner as the business owner, for God's sakes, what's the word? As the business owner responds and does their responsibilities accordingly in regards to how they said they were going to use the money. So if they're going to use it to put a new roof on, they may give this business owner this money in draws, where they give them a little bit at a time as this roofing is being put on the building progressively. Banks just don't hand business owners $200,000, $300,000, $1 million. Those days are over. Banks just don't give business owners credit lines like they did in 2006, 2005, 2004. Those days are over. What they do is they attach to their home. These loans are secured. They attach to a piece of security, their car, their truck, their home. They want the title. Okay, they want the title. They want the title to their commercial building. If the business owner has a lot of money in the bank, they require that the business owner take a portion of that money, put it in a CD, and then they lock that money up so the business owner can't get to that money. Then they loan against that money that they've locked up. That's called a secured loan. That's how they securitize or secure the loan. Our loans, our advances are unsecured. They're fast. And they're built that way because we factored in the fact that they've got poor credit, the fact that they can't get this loan done anywhere else, okay? So if you get one of our loans and your client is in shock, it's your fault. It's not their fault. It's not our fault. It's your fault. Now, let's not take that personally. Just understand what you don't want to be is in a situation where you're saying to yourself, after you've put some time and effort in, or all this time and effort in, finally getting the business owner to come in, and do a loan with you, or to send you, 6 months bank statements and the application via email, you finally got them to send it in to you via email, or you went and got it at their business. And then the reason they did this was because you had lied to them and told them that, these are going to be 4% loan. This is going to be a 4% loan, or this is going to be the same as banks in regards to rates and terms. That's a lie. And what you want to do is you want to tell them right at the beginning, these loans suck. They're not for everybody. And this is a pitch that I've used since day one. Okay, even when I was in the mortgage industry doing what they used to call subprime loans, that's what I would tell homeowners. The same thing I tell business owners is, these loans suck. You don't want to be part of them unless, of course, you can't get this money elsewhere. Then you'll want to be part of this, all right? So it's not as though it's a proctology exam with a baseball bat. They're really not that bad. But they're somewhere between, banks that take 90 days, 60 days, 70 days to say yes to you and then offer you, way less than what you want, or not getting approved at all. And over here, where it's Guido with a baseball bat coming out or knuckles, and they're going to beat the crap out of you or kill you and throw you in the river if you haven't made the payments on time because the payments are so bad. That's not the way these loans are. It's in between those. They're very palatable for business owners. They are. But you have to set the business owner up. I don't know that I did all that good of a job there the last minute and a half. I apologize, but the bottom line is you have to set the business owner up. You have to make them aware. The truth will set you free. Hey, Rob. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Belinda. Hey, Mark. Listen, these loans, these advances, this company that I represent, these are not for everybody, not for every business owner. These are for the business owners that need this money immediately and can't wait for the bank, or for business owners that can't get a loan from a bank or an advance from a bank. That's what these loans are all about. That's what these advances are all about in the merchant cash advance industry. So just keep that in mind going forward. Look, man, ladies and gentlemen, let's understand one another. In this industry, we pretty much all offer similar terms. The only thing we offer is we offer a little longer loan, which makes the payment a little less, daily, weekly, twice a month, or monthly. And then we offer a little bit more money typically than our competitors. That's what makes us stand out, okay? But at the end of the day, they can shop every merchant cash advance company in this industry, and at the end of the day, they're going to get a crappy loan, a shitty loan. Excuse my language. if they're expecting a free loan or a bank type loan, it's going to blow their mind. They're going to be like, why would you even put me in such a thing or suggest such a thing? So that's why you do it at the beginning. You know, tell them the bad news at the beginning. Be honest with them. It's good news for them, by the way, because at the bottom line is they're going to get an offer, more than likely. Whereas with the bank, they just get turned down if their scores are no good for their credit, or if they haven't been in business more than at least 2 years, or if they don't have their tax returns, or if they've got, a tax lien. There's so many reasons why banks turn them down. And that's what we do. We do the loans that banks don't do. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Peace. My Band-Aid's all over my hands. Sorry about that. Have a wonderful day, all of you. And keep that in mind going forward. Be honest with these business owners up front. Don't be afraid to have them say, oh, geez, thank God you told me that. I'm not interested. Good. That way you haven't taken ownership of the loan or the advance for a day or two or a week, thinking the whole entire time, oh, I'm going to make this money, I'm going to make this money, I'm going to make this money. And then in the end, what it was in the beginning was a no all the way from the beginning, and you just didn't know that. They're not going to take it unless you preface it, unless you prepare them for what it's going to be. This isn't going to be friendly. It's not. It's going to be abnormal compared to normal. But what is normal anymore? Normal is over 98% of all loans being turned down by banks. So again, we do the loans that banks won't do. That's what you tell people. That's what you tell people. All right. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.